BUILD's live stream. My name is Julie Tumaz-Ganam, and I am the co-host today. As you know, BUILD is a nonprofit that works for entrepreneurship education, and we help students become the CEO of their own lives. So we are so excited today that we are going to be seeing three of our amazing New York City alumni. They have been part of the BUILD program in the BUILD New York City area. And they are coming back here today, and they're basically we're going to be asking them not only, how was their BUILD program, but also we're going to be really asking where they are now, what have they been doing. But I'm not going to be co-hosting alone today. I'm going to be co-hosting with the amazing Timothy Ruffin, the Senior Manager of Program Impact and Alumni Engagement at BUILD. So first of all, Timothy, I'd love for you to introduce yourself. So excited for you to be here today, and tell us a little bit about yourself, a little of your background, a little bit about just you as a person, and also your experience with BUILD.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Julie, and welcome, BUILD family and community. I'm Timothy Ruffin. As Julie mentioned, I'm the Senior Manager of Program Impact and Alumni Engagement. I've been with BUILD since 2021. So I'm about 5 years and going on. Wow, 5 years. Woo, how time really flies. I wanted to first shout out my New York City team, my regional manager of the Mid-Atlantic, Civil Wells, and my program manager, program director, Kenya George, who had the wonderful idea percent are actually youth. Everyone else is old, So the question was, how can we have some of our kids who are doing this wonderful work start their own business? And luckily, we were able to get funding. So a lot of the young people that you're going to meet tonight have had funding provided to them to get their copyright laws together, get their trademarks, to actually get their business license. One group, Independent Produce, got their LLC. So great things are happening in New York City, and I'm just here to highlight the wonderful work that our alumni are doing. And again, this is really about them showcasing what they've started and how BUILD is going to help them continue along the path of being entrepreneurs. So thank you, everyone, for inviting me.
Amazing, Timothy. We're so excited to have you. And I would love for you to be the honored host to start to introduce some of these amazing alumni that we have today and this evening.
Well, thank you, Julie. As I mentioned before, New York City has the alumni business cohort, and the youth that you're about to meet tonight all have been a part of that cohort. This is in its second year of existence. And I want to first introduce one of the key members, Rochelle Tavarez. Rochelle.
Hi everyone. My name is Rochelle. Well, my middle name is Rochelle. Most other people know me as Rochelle, but my first name is actually Ruffy. I've been in BUILD since the beginning of high school, and I'm already a senior in college. So I've been with BUILD for like a really long time. I would say like approximately 6-7 years. The business that I have that actually BUILD was the one that encouraged me to develop in is called Rizos Island. It's a hair oil that will moisturize your hair, help make your hair get shiny, it's all natural. It doesn't have no type of chemicals. It's homemade. I made it myself. The recipe, I got it from my mom, and she passed it down to me. So now I'm doing it as my small business. And a fun fact about me is that I do boxing when I have time.
Wow, thank you, Rochelle. It's a fun fact. You've actually been in BUILD longer than I have, because you were in 4 years of high school. So yeah, so again, thank you. The next person I want to introduce, his name is Raymond Walker. and he will share his story because he's a relatively new builder. Raymond, introduce yourself and provide us with what year you started with Build and a fun fact about yourself.
Build in 2025 here. First started, I thought it was a great opportunity to expand on the creative mindset. So, first business I started was called MTP, Mobile Tech Protection. It was a case company, specifically phone case company, that specialized in advancing technology to protect your mobile device. First product we made, the first prototype, isn't the best. But then moving forward, when we had more funding, we could actually make 100 of these things. We started to move on just from regular cases with built-in kickstands, MagSafe compatibility. We moved on into cooling cases that can help you cool your device. After build, after the success that we had, the team dispatched. We go in our separate ways. So I decided to take NTP was and turn it into Gen Loft, which was now with my partner, Dominic. We're moving on from that phone case space into technology, into air purification technology. We want to advance that now, though it is a saturated market and it does have of competition. We're thinking if we can penetrate it in a way that changes people's lives, it could really succeed. And I guess, fun fact about myself is anytime I'm not focusing on tech, I'm training to build my strength and boxing.
Wow, so we got Rochelle and you into boxing and kickboxing. Woo. Okay, our builders are really, toughing up. Last but definitely not least, we have Raymond Walker's partner, Mr. Dominic Brooks. So, Mr. Dominic, do you mind sharing your story?
Yes, no problem. As my business partner Raymond mentioned, um, I'm actually new to this cohort and alumni meeting, and I've joined in partnership with Raymond to get our air purification business out there to get all of the information, investors, and really just business knowledge on how to approach this, as he mentioned, saturated market with a more conservative approach and an approach that we're going to be ready and not just diving in feet first. Um, and the reason we picked this market was because we wanted to focus on tech, but how can this tech influence somebody's lives beyond their phone or their everyday technology? We want to influence your life, but be in the background, not glued to you, not sucking energy away. And that can have negative impacts such as too much screen time, stuff like that. I think one unique fact about me is I love baking, running long distances.
Well, interesting fact, we have a competition with Adobe where you have to brand your own cookie company. So I'm definitely going to send you that information because I know if you like to bake, you have some wonderful ideas regarding how to create a cookie name. So I'm going to definitely send you that from our partner with Adobe.
Thank you so much.
Cool. So thank you all for sharing your introduction. And my first, I guess, question to all of you is, what made you decide that you wanted to go into creating your own business?
I can start. So honestly, I had to thank Bill because they were the one that actually encouraged me to create my own business. I remember like last year of like around April something, Timothy called me. He was like, "Do you want to create your own business?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I have nothing in mind." And he was like, "Don't worry, we're gonna figure it out." And I was like, "Okay." So then I started thinking. He was like, "We're gonna make." He was like, "Oh, we're gonna do like a phone Zoom meeting in like 3 weeks. So just be prepared. We start brainstorming." And I was like, what should I do? Because for me, I was like, I don't have anything in mind right now. And then I was like, but wait, I've been using this oil, like my family, like my sister, my mom, me, like we use this oil in our hair and actually like help us a lot. So I'm like, that could be like a really interesting business idea. And then I brought it to Timothy, and then I did like a little logo for the first meeting that we had. It's not the logo that I have right now. I improved it actually, but yeah, I did like a little draft for everything. I explained my idea, and they were like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! That's fantastic!" I was like, "Well, okay." And now I have already almost a year. In May, I'm gonna hit a year with my company, and I already have my own website. I do pop outs during the summer. Like so many events reach out to me like, "Oh, can you come? Like I'm having this event, can Resource Island, because that's the name of my business, Resource Island. Can you come and bring your products and can you sell it here?" And I'm glad to say that every time I go to those pop out, I always like most of the time I sold out, or if I don't sold out, I sell like a good amount. So yeah, so that's how everything started. So it was because of Bill.
Yes, thank you, Rochelle. Definitely thank you. Raymond, Dominic, how did you decide that you wanted to really go into a market that's really saturated?
Long before Build, when I was much younger, I always dreamed of making my own company in the tech space called Gen. It was a phone company. I made all sorts of prototypes. I never really, build off on them. So when Build, came into my life, I'm like, oh, well, if step one, I can step one foot into the tech world, then eventually I can achieve my dream of revolutionizing it. Whether it's silicon carbon batteries, 200 megapixel cameras, ultra processors, chips. I want to have my foot in the tech space and revolutionize it. So the second opportunity coming along, I'm hearing air purification, making the air better, really helping homes around the US. I'm like, if I can revolutionize this market, I'm one step closer to the dream I have of creating my own tech world.
Wow, thank you, Raymond. Dominic, how did Raymond lure you to become his partner?
Yeah, so initially, oh,
Did we lose Dominic? Okay,
Sure, come back. We can continue with Ruffy a little bit.
so Rochelle, how has your family been supportive in your business adventure? Because I know bottling shampoo, are you doing it at home amongst your family or?
Yes, my family been supportive since the day that I mentioned it. As I mentioned before, I do pop out, and sometimes I have to like get ready like a big amount of oil. Like I'm talking about 100 and plus. It's like I had to create the oil, then put the oil in the bottle, and then also put the logo to the bottle. And on top of that, I have to like packaging the oil. So it's a lot of step, but luckily my family was able to like it's always there for me. It's always helping me to get everything set up for like any event, or if I'm selling something, if I'm selling it to somebody, they're always there to helping me out to set up and get everything starting, everything so everything can be moving like smooth and fast. So, yeah.
And Ruffy,
Cool, thanks.
I have to jump in, Timothy. I'm sorry, but
Okay.
Ruffy, your story is so unique. And I mean, not only does your family support you, but I mean, this was like a family recipe. Like, can you tell me more about that without sharing the secrets, of course? But I mean, how long had they been doing it? And was your excited when they said you were gonna basically make this family recipe into something, a company? I'm like, wow.
Yeah, so actually I was born in the Dominican Republic. So, there in the Dominican Republic, everything is like, oh, natural, whatever. So that recipe, like, my mom created with me since I was little because right now you see my hair is straight, but my natural hair is actually curly. So that oil was a way to kind of like help me like keep my curls intact because when I was in the I used to put like a lot of heat on my hair. So that oil, which is organic, it has rosemary, coconut oil, castor oil, olive oil, and olive oil. That actually like help to moisturize, give you vitamins, and it make your hair shiny and longer. It help with the growth too. So when I told them about it, like, oh, like I think I'm gonna take the recipe. I was like, Mom, I think I'm gonna take the recipe and create it my own company. She was like, yeah, go for it. Like I have faith in this oil. Like I've been putting it to you since you were a baby. Now you're a grown ladies now, and you keep using it. So that means that it's really working. And actually, like if you go to my page, like I have a Instagram for my business. It's called Rizos Island. If you go there, you will see like pictures of like people who have bought it already, and you can see the transformation on their hair. Some people their hair was like super short, now it's longer. The curls are more defined, less freeze. So it's been a pleasure because even though yeah I'm making money out of it, I'm also helping like basically my community because like as us ladies, our hair is like our thing. If our hair look good, we feel good and we look good. So I'm actually like hoping like helping them to like improve their hair, to like protect their hair, and to like making sure that their hair doesn't get no type of damage, especially seeing even though for example me, I'm naturally a curly hair, but sometimes I like to switch it up, like, oh, let me do a straight hair. And since that's not my natural hair, I have to like heat on it. But with the oil, I'm able to protect my curls. So I make sure that when I go back to my curls, to my natural root, they stay intact. So yeah.
And I have to say, I actually did buy your product when I was in New York as well, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm a paying customer that absolutely loved it. And I will back that. So, and I will also just put this in the chat on the YouTube live, this Instagram page for Ruffy, so that so you can see it, so you can go there and check it out as well. But back to you, Timothy. Thank you so much, Ruffy. What an amazing story with you and your family.
Yeah, thank you, Ruffy. I keep saying Ruffy. Thank you, Michelle. I believe we have Dominic back. So, Dominic, I know we had a little technical issue. Do you want to come and just share what it was like, just thinking about starting your business and going into partnership with Raymond?
Yes, thank you so much. And sorry about that. So before I met my good friend and now partner Raymond, initially I wanted to be an investment banker or a corporate lawyer, and eventually start my own boutique or small investment bank or mid-sized law firm. So I always approach every industry I've ever wanted to pursue with a entrepreneurial mindset. Now, I've always loved tech on the side, and when I met somebody passionate about technology as Raymond, and not only about the technology side, but about the leadership and the operation side and the CEO side of it, that's when I realized that we could make our dreams come to fruition, and it's something that we can manage together as a team throughout the company's history when it becomes successful.
Thank you for that, Dominic. Thank you. Again, wonderful stories about how you all got started, how your family is supporting you. Wanted to just move on to what does it feel to be an alumni of Build? You know, no longer have the high school. Shelley does not, but Raymond and Dominic, you guys are in high school now. What type of support do you think you'll need from Build to continue your dream?
Um, I just think connections. Having more connections is always a beneficial thing in life, no matter what field you're working in. So I feel like if Bill can offer the connections we need, the finances we need, even the materials. Well, I do think materials starting, I think we have that under control. Because our school does provide the materials that we could use, but I feel like if Bill can apply us and support us with those three things, we can really move on to have this business, the shows.
Cool. So you hear that, everyone listening and wanting to do some volunteering? We need to help Raymond with supplies. So if you're thinking about doing any type of donations, this is where your donations can go to, helping support Raymond and his business. Dominic, what do you think you might need?
Like Raymond said, I think network is definitely the biggest thing that would most beneficial part that would help us connect all of our bridges and get our company up and going. Like Raymond also mentioned finances. I think finances would definitely point us in the right direction. But it all comes back to like what we mentioned initially is network. Because if we get these finances, now we have this lump sum of money that's supposed to last us and, you know, use as our operating expenses, cover overhead, slow months. So how do we use this money? I think that's where the networking guidance is going to come in. Also, what Raymond mentioned was we actually attend an engineering school. So we have quite a few resources at our disposal, including 3D printers where we can create prototypes to see how this company is going to lay out.
Oh, thank you, Thank you, Dominic. Thank you, Raymond. Rochelle, how can Bill help support your dream of continuing to do your shampoo business?
Well, as my peers mentioned, I think networking is very important. The more you Bill is able to connect us with more people around all the state, it will be better. And also, as they mentioned, finance, because having a business, especially if you're doing it, even though I'm getting the support from my family, has to have like a lot of materials to buy, stuff like that. So if they're able to actually like help us around in that area with the materials, so we can be able to produce even more of our business, it will be also great. So I would say, like as my peer mentioned, networking and probably able to get us more supplies of financial aid, it will be better.
I love that. And I'll just pop in here. I'll say similar to that Timothy mentioned. So all of our donations are going directly to students like these amazing alumni and building their businesses. Additionally, we have a big event season right now. And Timothy mentioned we're looking for volunteers, and these alumni are saying how important it is for students and alumni to connect directly with caring adults in the professional world and talk to them either as mentors, that is a longer coaches, actually it's a longer term commitment, but also we have a ton of one-off commitments. Just coming to these different pitch events. Sometimes you can be a secret shopper, for example. You can come through and check out these businesses, shop, for example, like I bought some of Ruffy's hair oil. You can shop for phone cases like Raymond and Dominic's and things like that. Or you can even be a judge for our Shark Tank events, or just kind of come and give advice and feedback to our students for these different events as they are pitching. So many different volunteer experiences that we're looking for. So many different in all of our hub cities. So if you're in Boston, LA, Bay, DC, New York, Pittsburgh, these are huge hubs that we have events, especially in May and June. So we would love to see, April, May, and June. So we'd love to see you and have you support and create more amazing business entrepreneurs like these that you're hearing today. So again, thank you so much for that. And Timothy, back to the conversation, I know.
Oh yeah, sure. Alumni, how does it feel running a business? Are you overwhelmed? Are you having fun? Is it everything you thought it was going to be? And anyone could start.
I'll let you go.
Okay. So honestly, it's very fun. It's very fun. I was able to meet with so much people. It's a little bit overwhelming in the fact that it's so much a step they taking in order to like just to package one bottle, because I have to create the oils. Then when creating the oils, I need to let the oil like cool down. Then after that, I need to like package them in the bottom. Then I need to put the bottom. I mean the logo to the bottom. and then I also have to packaging and all those stuff. I also have to like keep in track everything that I'm missing. For example, like my oils, they come in a box, so I have to keep in track how many bags I have. Do I have like all the? Do I need to buy more bags? Or I'm good with bags. The same thing with the logos, and the same thing with the bottles. But besides that, I really enjoy having my business because it's something that people, when I told them like, oh, I have a small business, I'm like, oh, really? What is like? They get so excited to know about. It's like it's basically another fun fact about me that some people like, they probably see me, they don't really think I own a business. And then when I told them and I explained them and I showed them all the testimony of the people who have bought it from me already and how good I have done to their hair, they be like, oh, they like in shock. I'm like, and you make all this by yourself? I'm like, yeah, with the support of my family. But yeah, it's very like it's a really enjoyable experience, I would say.
Raymond, Dominic, what is it like, being your own seat, as Julie mentioned, the CEO of your own life?
I was running my business last year. It was learning experience, the stress, preparation, right, the preparation, the production of our product. But I think overall it was a great learning experience. I'm ready to get back into the game again, bigger and better.
Thank you, Raymond. Mr. Dominic. Did we lose Dominic? Okay. Uh, so I guess that the next thing you wanted to get out there is, what are some challenges you experience?
I think the most challenging thing right now, since I am restarting from scratch, and that would be the challenge, restarting and building back up again. I do have, past experience. I think, starting over and getting into even a new product, researching about it, building it again, getting the resources, the aid. I think that's just the challenge. Going through the process, again, learning through that and being able to come out better, more experience, more successful product, and a better mindset.
Thank you, Raymond. Dominic, what are some challenges that you're having? I know Raymond outlined some of his challenges. Are you experiencing similar challenges?
One challenge in particular that I find extremely hindering is one, I have ADHD, so I find it hard to. It's like drinking from a water hose, essentially. There's so much that goes into starting the business, and there's so much that I want to dive into because I'm so excited. Especially having a great partner like Raymond, who's like-minded like me, who asks the same questions like me. I find that we're constantly asking questions that, we really just need to focus on a few basic questions to get the basis of our business out there. It's overwhelming in a sense, but it's like a fun overwhelming.
Cool. Thank you for all of that. All of you are under 25, I'm going to say, Rochelle. Okay. All right. So all of you are under 25. What advice would you give to some young high schooler, some young 20-ish student that's out there who's thinking about starting their business?
Definitely.
No, you can go. You can go. Yeah.
No, you can. That's okay.
No, you say. Okay, so I would definitely tell them to take the risk. It doesn't matter if you think your idea is not gonna make it, or like if you put in so much like so much stop for you to not create your idea. Just don't think about it. You just do it because you don't know what that's gonna bring you. Like, okay, for example, let's say the business doesn't work, but at least you got the experience out of it, and you were able to develop a better mindset and a better and more skills. Or, for example, if your business actually does work out, now you have a business that you can talk about it, and then you can tell more people about it. So I was I would just tell them to just take the risk and be able to have like a really open mind and just go for it, basically.
Thank you. Guys, want to share?
I think as a piggyback, she said, I think definitely going into it. Whatever idea that you have, go into it. When I was younger, for a business idea, I just started selling sacks in school. Then after that, started small affiliate marketing. I would have these links. You click on the link. Every time someone bought from that link, you would gain a small commission from that. I tried to make my own um, forefront, much experience. But because I went to these things, tried them, even if I didn't succeed much, didn't succeed at all. I went in, tried them, have the experience. So when bigger, better opportunities like Build come in, future job opportunities, when those things come in, I'm ready to go in and nurture that spirit that I have to be creative and get into these type of things. But definitely, if you're young, without any idea, jump in.
I love that, Raymond. And I just want to follow up because I think, you're saying don't be afraid to kind of fail and try a multitude of things. And I think even trying what you did, just going into, like you said, affiliate marketing, just being able to kind of say, hey, I've tried affiliate marketing. And no matter if you've tried it for, a couple weeks or, whether how much it was a success, you're able to talk about what worked and what didn't to a potential job offer or an interview or even just talking to someone at a coffee chat. So I mean, I absolutely love that, Raymond. And tell me, like, I mean, I just did that help you in kind of a mindset? Like, how did that change your mindset by being able to try so many different things?
Mindset, definitely. When I first started affiliate marketing, set up this interest account, these pictures of products, the description, the link. And like I said before, you click on the link, you buy something from that link, I'll gain a small commission. I did gain some money from that. I used that to furthermore go into this other thing. I'm not sure what it was, but to this other thing led me on into making these small prototypes of, like I said before, of these phones that I wanted to make and start my own little tech company. Told my parents about it. They supported it. I gave them that little trinket. They gave me like 50, $10 for that. I feel like just starting out with something, starting out small, not afraid to fail. Oh, I did fail. I dropped that in like 2, 3 weeks. Having that experience, first of all, led me to now be more confident to throw out bigger, better ideas to start an even larger business that I can actually move on and have success in my adult life.
I think you all have touched on it. Who has been your mentor, or who do you look to as, hey, I saw them do it, therefore I know I can do it? Has that been a part of your life? You've seen someone else, you have a mentor, because part of being an alumni business court in New York City, we are going to assign you with someone in the business world. But did you have anyone similar to that before you started with your business, or you just went out on your own?
Do you have someone he's very, very special to me who I younger. I was the age of 8, 9. I looked up to this guy. He was a tech YouTuber at the time. Even when he was small, his name was Marquez Brown. He didn't have his own like tech business or anything. He would buy the newest tech that came out at the time, review that. And I looked through his comments. So many people supported him. So many people liked the way he reviewed Android phones, iPhones, computers, chips, headsets, the evolution of AI. And looking up to the guy when I was younger, I'm like, this is a colored person who's grown up in the tech space just as myself. I'm like, if I can look up to a guy that just reviews tech, makes so much money off it, so much influence, go into tech, create my own tech, own influence, and create my own life based around this.
Thanks, Raymond. Dominic?
One figure that I really look up to is J.P. Morgan, the owner and CEO, the founder and CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase. I find it extremely interesting how individuals who go into a specific industry, not only did he just made a name for himself, they bank countries, they bank nearly every billionaire in the world. He built something, he essentially owns the industry, which I think takes it not a step further, several steps further into what leadership can be, and to using your power and your money for good. As I said, he helps countries, he gets them out of great deficits that they're in. The investments that he does, he protects and stands up for his clients very well. Like I said, it's going in there, and it's not just about me. It's about how I can uplift the world at what he's doing on just a global scale, and he influences the economy, which I think is something very powerful. As I'm sure you're familiar with the quote, "With great power comes great responsibility." I think that he exemplifies that extremely well, and he manages it very well as well.
Even though I'm a Hulk fan, I do support the Spider-Man reference there. Rochelle, you want to share any influences? Someone you model, someone you said, "Hey, I want that person. I'm going to be just like that person."
So I actually somebody that was my mentor. It was a friend of mine. She also has a small business. And fun fact, she was actually from Bale because she used to go to high school work cultures. So she was in Bale for like around for like the from freshman year to senior year. I mean some junior year, but then the pandemic happened and yeah, and all that. But yeah, she had her small business and she was able to guide me in so much way. For example, for the pop out, most of the time she was the one reaching out to me like, "Oh, they're having a pop out here. Would you like to come with me so you can sell your product?" She was the one that also helped me to improve my logo. She was the one that helped me how to um publish my website. So she was basically there with me and all the step that I needed help with. And whenever like whenever I feel like I'm stuck on something or I'm lacking idea for my Instagram, I can easily reach out to her. She will help me more than welcome. So yeah, she was basically my mentor from all this is for all this business. So yeah.
I know you didn't mention her name, but are we talking about Gigi?
No, we're talking about Brenda. Also, well, Gigi also
Oh,
has
okay.
helped me a lot. But Brenda, she was from Bill. She was in high school with coaches, and her business is basically jewelry. She sells like jewelry, very beautiful jewelry. Um, and yeah, so she was a good guy basically for me.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, since we're talking about Bill, what's your favorite moment while you were a part of Build in high school?
Well, my favorite moment was definitely when I was doing the pitch competition, just because I was really, I would say I was very nervous because I was not really comfortable talking in public. And I will always keep this in mind. That Jasmine, she helped me to like overcome that fear. She was like, you got this, girl. Don't worry about it." And like that's really, I always took that moment has really stuck out to me because the way that she was supporting me and have so much faith on me give me like the determination. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. Look, she has so much faith on me. I cannot let her down. So that's always will be my favorite part of Bill. My favorite memory, basically.
Shout out to Jasmine, who was our year one program manager, who's no longer part of Build. Raymond, Dominic, favorite moment of part of Build. I
My
think I know what yours was, Raymond.
my favorite part of Build was like the semifinals of the pitch. You know, I was pitching to you and your colleagues, right? It was tough. I was so
I
close to
blame it all on
going.
Justin, Raymond.
I was close, getting the final pitch. Up on that stage. Who knows where we could have been now? If I were to succeed then. But regardless, I feel like that part was really felt something. My heart was racing, felt that ambition to go further. Now that I'm back in build, I still have that ambition to go further and better than before.
And Raymond, can you tell our listeners, some of who have never been to a competition like that, what was it like? Like, how is it like for the students? For what's happening? Give them a little bit of a view into that world of that
All right.
day.
Build Fest, there's a lot of companies there. There's young people that were older than me, people that were younger than me were there. I mean, there's just a vast amount of people that you can meet, that you can interact with, that you can make partnerships with. I made 2, 3 partnerships with people that looks for me. You can make partnership with other businesses in the future. I feel like the biggest thing that happens when you're at BuildFest, no matter if you don't sell a product or if you do sell, you win the pitch competition, you will make connections and you will make people that will root for you, that in the future could help you. You will always make connections. You always find someone there for you at BuildFest.
Yeah, and I
I
think it's important, not to cut you off, I think it's important to understand BuildFest. There are two things. There's actually 3 to 4 teams that are competing for a cash prize. But then all the other high school teams that have created businesses have what's called a sales bazaar, where they're physically coming with their products. Board members, guests are all coming through, and our young builders are selling their products. So this is an excellent opportunity that if you don't necessarily get the chance to compete in the official competition, you can still come and sell your product to people that are coming through. So again, the great thing about Build is it offers you that opportunity to explore an idea, to build an idea, to test an idea. And again, part of our curriculum of year one, you learn how to develop and pitch your idea. Year two, you physically build your product. And then in year three, you become a part of our alumni and you're actually trying to start and sell your business. So that is the Build curriculum. And I think if we had, I'm going to do a small little plug here, Julie, for donors who are out there who are thinking about how can I invest in entrepreneur education? Just think about the people that you see on the screen here. All of them started off with Bill while they were in high school. They nurtured that craft, and then they're physically after and during high school working on their business idea and trying to succeed. Because again, Build is concerned about getting started, but we also concerned about staying the course. Um, Everyone here remembers the Spark skills, grit, I was going to say perseverance, grit, innovation, collaboration, problem solving, self management. Of those skills, which one are you using right now, or do you lean on in your build journey as an entrepreneur?
Self-management and grit.
Okay.
Self-management as in, me and Dominic, 2 people working together. It's just us right now. We try to that next step up and then grit, you know, going through those steps. Even when we have little setbacks, we have come to little problems there, we're still pushing through to our ideas come to life.
Just to build off what Raymond said there, I think grit is definitely what I'm running off of. And I'm actually looking forward to making mistakes and little setbacks with Raymond because that's what's going to solidify our base and our company and our experience as founders and CEOs as a whole. It's going to teach us, if we run into the setback again, in our business in the future, or maybe a completely separate business, now we know how to mitigate this or completely solve it to continue on with our task.
Rochelle, what are you leaning on? Or, you have
college, I work, and I also have my social life. So I need to look for a way that I can manage all of that together, because being a a college student, plus being a full-time worker, plus having a small business and having a social life can be very like overwhelming. So time management, making a way, I feel I have like a little calendar for me where I put everything. Any Zoom meetings, whenever I need to buy more stuff, I put in a calendar. I make sure my life is basically set up in a schedule that I can follow it, and that I don't, and like that I wouldn't be able to miss anything. Then everything keep going smooth, and then I don't stress out, and then everything keep working fine.
we
Yeah.
definitely got to give you some snaps for that, Rochelle, because again, it is hard because again, I'm a grown adult and it's tough managing. So I can only imagine what you're going through trying to get all that together, and especially running a business. And again, we here at Build are here to support you for the long journey. Okay. Um, what does the future look like for you all?
Well, for me personally, since now that I'm graduating for college, I'm looking forward to apply to my master's so I can become a social worker. But I'm also looking forward to actually expand my business. Even though right now I only offer hair oil, I'm looking forward to expanding more as making a hair mask, shampoo, conditioner, curly cream. I'm looking forward to really expand it and give the best I can for for the people that buy from me. So that's basically the future that I have that I'm projecting from now on.
Cool. Thank you, Rochelle. Raymond, Dominic, what is the future
Um,
hold?
the future, mm, recent future for me, build is one of my, I want it to be one of my third income streams. Right now, in the future, I already have two jobs I'm looking forward to hold down. So I feel like I'm reaching a point where with a build, two others, bring those together and using those finances, I can push myself to really, I'm so close to the dream, I hope, of breaking into that tech world and revolutionizing. Mm, Maybe moving on into college, maybe not, but it will find success. Success is what I'm after, and improving on strength, spiritual strength, mental strength, emotional health, emotional strength. Strength is what I'm progressing towards. And that will be my future.
Wow, very powerful, Raymond. Thank you. Dominic, what does the future look like?
The short-term future for me right now looks like finishing high school as quickly, efficiently as possible, while still maintaining my co-founding position with Raymond, going through the bugs, going through the prototypes. As I said, we're both engineers, so focusing a lot on that aspect of the company. In terms of college, I do look forward to attending college and flight school beyond that to become an airline pilot, which is a great and flexible career for me to continue not only investing my time, but investing a significant portion of my main source of income to feed into me and Raymond's company, which could potentially become so big that I quit becoming airline pilot and become full CEO, which could be the goal.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Dominic. Um, Forgive me, I did not ask you all what were your business names and how did you come up with your business name?
So I'll start this one. So as I mentioned previously, I was very I wanted to be an investment banker very badly. And I wanted to start my own boutique small investment bank. And I wanted to name it Loft. Because that's just, it's a name that I think is very simple, plain, very majestic, yet professional and eye catching. And as I got to know Raymond more and we shared our interests involving technology, he told me that his previous company name involved something with Gen. So we kind of just merged our names together to get Gen Loft. Very natural merge.
Right. And coming off of what Dominic said, you know, Gen was simple. Generation Tech. That was the name in my future business to be. I settled on that when I was 8. Like, if I can bring Gen this close to being real, pushing it forward to in the tech world as I want, and I have a partner like Dominic, he comes into my life, you know what? Let's do it. Gen Loft, we bring those two together, and now we're working on a nice tech.
Cool, Shelly?
Well, the name of my business is Rizos Island. Rizos stands for curls, and then Island, basically, island. Sorry. So I'm from the Dominican Republic, which is an island. So I kind of wanted it to connect the name of my business to my roots, which is the Dominican Republic. That's why I put the island, and then the Rizos that I put in Spanish is to also connect my root because my first language is Spanish, and because my natural hair is curl, so I wanted it to have it in my logo too. So yeah, so that's how the Rizos Island name came.
Cool. Thank you all for sharing. Julie, are we at time? Do we have time for like one closing thought from each alumni and then we end
That
it?
would be perfect. We would love, yeah, why don't we thank you all so much for being a part of today and sharing your incredible stories and your advice and everything about your future and your past. It's been wonderful to hear. I would love a little bit of a closing thought. Can be anything, something for our listeners, or it can be, any kind of closing thought that you would like, and then we will end the night from there. So, anyone would like to start?
Mm, Thank you for having me here. Thank you for letting me come into Build and my dream of Gen Loft further than it's ever come. To our listeners, supporting the youth is very helpful lives in the future. Like, in Gen Z, right? The younger generation, the upcoming generation is very creative, smart, intelligent. And the school that I come from, mm, the school I come from, a lot of type of people. People like Dominic, people like me, people like my other coworkers I've worked in the past, like Chloe, Megan. I mean, these people changed my life in a way that no one else has. And so supporting the youth, where it all starts.
I would also like to thank Bill to always be there. Even though I already graduated high school, in college. I thank you so much for always keeping me in touch, always bringing me to new opportunity, to new networking event. I really appreciate it. And for the people that are listening to us, as my peer mentioned, supporting youth is very important now in this now that we're the newer generation. As he mentioned, we bring so much creativity, we bring so much new ideas that the more you support us, more creative world we could have.
Dominic, you want to close us out?
Yes, I first want to start off by saying this is one of my first alumni business meetings that I've actually attended, and I feel extremely welcomed and comfortable here. You guys did a phenomenal job. The questions were great. I feel myself. I love talking about business. This is such a great group. And for our listeners, I just want to leave with one message. I just want to remind everybody that taking a risk is healthy. If we do not take risk, we're not going to advance in life. We're not going to learn from our mistakes. Naturally, we need to take risk. We can also, there's so many steps that we can take to mitigate the risk and maximize the reward. I just think that's crucial for everybody to know, and an important lesson that will be with you for the rest of your life.
Amazing. Thank you all so much for your closing thoughts. Timothy, anything closing from you as well?
I just want to, give a shout out to Abina, who joined us. He's part of the alumni business cohort in New York City, and he's at the University of Buffalo doing some research on regenerative tissue growing. And he's looking to start a consulting business. So he's on, and he didn't get a chance to speak, but he's just here to support all the other wonderful alumni that are part of the alumni business cohort. And again, I want to say shout outs to Sybil and Kenya for one, providing the financial support to our alumni to help them do trademarks, to help them get their supplies and products down. And again, we are in year 2 of our alumni business cohort, and we hope to continue for the next 20, 30 years. And ultimately, the people you see on these screens will be our donors, our business cohort members, our volunteers from their companies, and it all began somewhere. So that's the only thing I wanted to add, Julie. And thank you, everyone, for listening. And please donate. And again, donations sometimes may seem like I don't have $500, $600, $1,000. Donate $10. Because if 10 people donate $10, that's $100 right there. So donate whatever you can.
Thank you so much, Timothy. And I truly want to say also, just in closing, thank you all so much. Your stories were truly amazing. Thank you for your time and sharing it with the world tonight. We, as Timothy said, this is why we do what we do, to see the incredible people that our BUILD students become, the alumni that they become, and to continue supporting them and highlighting their businesses as they continue. So if anything, to our listeners, if anything stuck with you from Raymond or Ruffy or Dominic today, please, we have tons of opportunities to volunteer just in New York. The next couple days are huge. We have some semifinal idea pitches, and Friday we actually have a ton of volunteer spots for a build-a-thon at St. John's. Again, you can find that from scanning the QR code to your right, but also you can just go to build.org/volunteer. Or as Timothy said, donating helps us create, not create, but support students like the students you saw today that become the amazing people they are today. So thank you all so much for joining, and we will see you in April for our next live stream.
Mentorship is important, and it's truly really important here in the District of Columbia. When I was living in Chicago, I realized that there were a lot of Black folk who never made it to like downtown Chicago or the office buildings in Chicago, right? So they never had that experience, right? Some of that is similar here in DC, in that some of our students in Ward 7 and 8 don't cross over into Northwest DC. So the mentorship is truly important because, as a student here, you're not building that social capital. And now at age 18, 19, 20, 21, we expect you to cross over this bridge and then interview with folks that you might never had the experience with, right? And so what a mentor allows our students to do is to learn to present themselves, also grow their own familiarity with talking to someone who might and more than likely look much different from them.